A new political force is entering Israel's election race, aiming to unite Jewish and Arab voters against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's right-wing government. But critics warn that the party could split the Arab vote and weaken existing opposition efforts.
A new political party is trying to court both Jewish and Arab Israelis ahead of parliamentary elections in October, with the aim of toppling the right-wing religious coalition of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. But critics say the fledgling movement has little chance of winning a single representative in the 120-member Knesset and could sap support from existing Arab parties desperate to take Netanyahu down. What started as a small left-wing protest group called Standing Together has formed a political party called A Place for Us All, and co-leader Alon Lee Green said its members are determined to make an impact.
We say that we're here to stay. We're here to proudly represent the fight against the occupation and for peace, and we will demand a place on the table, and we will get it.
The election in October will be the first since the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attacks on Israel, which tipped the entire region into fresh rounds of fighting. It will be a referendum on Benjamin Netanyahu, both his failings to prevent gunmen from Gaza storming through Israeli communities, killing civilians and taking hostages, and on his conduct of military operations. From the brutal invasion and occupation of Gaza, fighting in Lebanon, strikes in Syria and Yemen, and trading fire with Iran.
It is the elections that will determine whether we're facing more hate, more destruction, more wars, or we're turning towards the direction of Israeli-Palestinian peace, Jewish-Arab partnership, social justice in our country and society.
Standing Together activists protested the government's conduct in Gaza as the Palestinian death toll soared. And they have tried to highlight what they characterize as neglect the government showed toward the country's Arab minority, citizens who are Israeli by nationality and Palestinian by heritage. The movement protests underfunded Arab towns and rising crime within the Arab sector, saying the far-right minister who oversees the police, Itamar Ben-Gvir, who has a prior criminal conviction for anti-Arab racist incitement, has ignored the country's Arab citizens. Rula Daoud is a co-leader of A Place for Us All.
Whether it's Arab parties, whether it's the center-left parties that we've seen, they've had the chance to change many things, but they couldn't.
But Israel already has Arab political parties. The four main ones are trying to revive an alliance that intended to maximize voter turnout. Just over half of all Arab voters cast ballots in 2022, compared with roughly three-quarters of Jewish Israelis. Ahmed Tibi is a lawmaker and leader of the Ta'al party.
500,000 Arab voters in the last elections did not participate in the elections.
But if some of those voters turn away from established Arab parties for the new Jewish-Arab movement, it could sap overall Arab representation.
The new Jewish Arab Party has very few support in the Arab public. Assuming that most of the support comes from the Arab public, the scenario of them passing the electoral threshold is not realistic.
Arik Rudnitsky is with the Israel Democracy Institute. He underscored that a party must clear a 3.25% threshold of votes to win representation. If A Place for Us All takes votes away from already small factions, without itself clearing the 3.25% hurdle, those votes will not help Arab factions in the Knesset. Green says the goal is to expand the electorate rather than fragment it, and closer to Election Day, he said they might yet change tactics.
I think we made it quite clear that we will not waste any votes. We will not continue until the last day of elections and present our ballot if it is not possible for us to pass the threshold. There are also the options of connecting and forming blocs with other parties.